At 82 years old, Paul McCartney reflects on a life most musicians can only dream of. A life filled with timeless music, global fame, and the adoration of generations. Yet even after decades of interviews and countless stories, he continues to surprise fans with moments of deep honesty, such as his recent reflections on his late bandmate and lifelong friend George Harrison. Words that are both moving and heartbreaking, reminding the world of a friendship that not only helped shape the greatest band in history but also endured hardship, distance, and eventual loss. Paul recalls with fondness their earliest days together in Liverpool, where two teenagers with guitars dreamed of making music, teaching each other chords, writing songs, and chasing a dream that seemed impossible at the time. And while the media often labeled George as the quiet Beatle, Paul insists he was the spiritual heartbeat of the group. A musician whose guitar work was never about ego or flash, but about serving the song, giving it depth and soul, something that is perhaps most beautifully evident in classics like Here Comes the Sun, which Paul admits still moves him to this day with its purity and brilliance, proof of George's enduring genius. Yet Paul's reflections go beyond the music, touching on the bond they shared as friends, a bond tested by fame, creative clashes, and the relentless pressures of being part of the biggest band in the world. And while arguments sometimes flared, Paul admits that beneath it all, the love and respect between them never wavered, recalling the countless hours they spent traveling together, joking, leaning on one another through the chaos of Beatlemania, and ultimately realizing that George was far more than just a fellow musician. He was family, a brother in every sense of the word. Paul speaks especially tenderly of George's final years, recalling the heartbreaking battle with cancer that eventually claimed his life, and how in those moments he would visit George, cherishing the time they had left, sitting by his side, holding his hand, and realizing that the bond they had forged as teenagers had lasted all the way to the end. With Paul emotionally recalling that he was still my little brother, a sentiment that resonated deeply with fans and reminded the world that beneath the fame and mythology of the Beatles were four young men bound by love, friendship, and experiences that words can barely capture. Now, as Paul reflects in his later years, the weight of these memories is clear. A mixture of joy, pain, music, and enduring brotherhood. And though George left this world in 2001, Paul's words make it clear that his spirit remains alive not only in the music they created together, but also in the unbreakable bond of friendship they shared. A legacy of love that continues to touch the lives of millions, reminding fans everywhere that while time may pass and legends may fade, true respect, loyalty, and love never truly die, living on in every note, every memory, and every heartbeat of the music they gave to the world.